All right, I don't know what the hell happened there. Okay. I think I have this open on YouTube. um, and we're a little bit behind. We're a little bit behind. Actually, I'm gonna sign back out again and sign right back in. Hold on a minute, guys. What the hell is going on here tonight? All right. Now, is this normal? Could everybody hear me now? All right. We got a little bit of bad luck. Sorry about that. I don't know what the fuck is going on here. Jesus Christ. Um, anyway, what's up, guys? Fucking thank you for coming. Um, it's another hot girl Sunday, and we have fucking great female breeder and show promoter here today out of Texas. So Drippin Dragons. It's pretty hot, huh? Drippin, right? All right. This show is sponsored by Bode Reptiles. Okay. Um, Listen, if you're in Las Vegas and you need a quality ball python, Brian Bode is the guy to go to. Follow him on Brian Bode Reptiles on Instagram. Brian Bode holds the distinction of being the only member of the Fatman Nation who has been on Air Force One. Okay, so that's pretty cool. He was on it with Obama. So badass. Go follow Brian Bode Reptiles on Instagram. Okay, it's also sponsored by Conduit Constrictors. Probably one of the nicest guys in the hobby. He's out of Maryland or Pennsylvania or somewhere. He's going to be at Gettysburg, so we're going to be hanging out there. Put $1 million into his ball python startup dreams. Okay, the $1 million includes a farm that he bought for to basically house the ball pythons, and he is working with top of the line stuff. So obviously, you come in with $1 million, you're not going to be working with pinstripe Xotics, all right, or bumblebees. You're going to be working with top of the line stuff. He's the guy to go to, all right. If you're anywhere on the East Coast, Conduit Constrictors. Again, he's going to be at Gettysburg. We're going to be hanging out with him there. Go follow him on Conduit Constrictors on Instagram. So let's see. Great Family Snakes, they're over at Tinley. Great Family Snakes is big into Axanthic Pies, Axanthic Desert Ghost. They got a bunch of stuff up on Morph Market now. So go follow them at Gray_Family_Snakes. Jesus Christ, they really got to get rid of that. My boy, Small Town Xotics, had a little bit of a blow up last night. I loved every minute of it. My ride or die out of Knoxville, Tennessee. If you need a quality ball python, hognose, or leopard gecko, Shane is the guy to go to. And he has a killer Patreon also. So go check out Shane at Small Town Xotics with an X on Instagram. Okay. Let's see who else we got. Visionary Will revamping the entire collection. He got a bunch of stuff up on Morph Market now. He's basically getting out of certain jeans, but getting into really top-notch quality newer jeans. I mean, Will is working with puzzle and paint and all the fun stuff. Okay, all the good stuff. And he's out of Texas. If you want a quality ball python, you could go to Visionary Xotics, and you know that you're going to get one every time. Will is a maniac. Go follow him on Instagram at Visionary_Xotics. Okay. And what do we got? This space for rent. If you want to advertise here, give me a DM, and we'll give you a killer deal on advertising with the old Fatman Nation there. So, all right, let's see who's in the room. Okay, we gotta figure this out, and fucking let's give everybody their shout outs, because that's what you're here for. Okay. Oh, look at this. My blind friend, Mike Duval, type it on the Braille keyboard. I fucking love Mike. He rolls with the punches. He kills it. He's another disabled guy that is into the big snakes. So I'm definitely happy that Mike came here tonight. Untamed and Unhinged Reptiles. Let's go, Amanda. Very cool. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you. Amanda's very happy backstage. So, Brian Bode, my Secret Service friend, Air Force One friend. Definitely got to give big shout outs to Brian Bode. I hope to see you before Tinley. Blake, what's up? Blake is back on the scene after a little bit of a respite. He's back on the scene in a new place. I'm expecting a shit ton of new social things from Blake, and I hope to see him in Gettysburg. Sugar Skull Serpents, what's up? Big contributor to the Deeds Not Words campaign, not only with cash, but he he puts in the work. I mean, really, he Kevin has helped us out a ton during this charity thing. So I appreciate Kevin. Thank you for coming by, buddy. HJS Serpents, Rich and Sarah, they also have been helping us out with the Deeds Not Words campaign for disabled vets, and they've been killing it too. They came all the way up to New York for the Long Island show. They're really just that they've been an extreme help. So go follow them on Instagram because they've really helped us out. Lizard Morse, what's up, tough guy? You muscle bound Smurf. We were just talking about you last night. So nice to see you here from Australia. Okay. Let's see. Jessica Denmark. Haven't seen Jessica Denmark since I was last in Tennessee. And I think Jessica's in Connecticut. So it's funny that I have to go all the way down to Tennessee to see her and her family. So thank you for coming by. Green Line Jay has been killing it with the Deeds Not Words campaign. I want to thank Jay too. Jay's been a tremendous partner in the whole the whole disabled vet thing. And listen, Jay's killing it right now. Fucking Audacious Ball Pythons, new hot ball python breeder. Okay, go follow her on Instagram. She actually picked up one of the Deeds Not Words shirts, so we love her for that. Stephanie is killing it right now. 319 also picked up a Deeds Not Words shirt. Thank you, Chris. You fucking rock. Thank you for being a Patreon member and everything else. I got to shout out all the Patreon people sometime. More Forge, Jamie. What's up, Jamie? They also picked up a Deeds Not Words shirt. Okay, that's more important to me than Patreon now. So go to fatmannation.com, pick up a Deeds Not Words shirt. Tags Pythons also picked up a shirt. All the cool kids are picking up the shirt. Go follow him on Instagram, Tags Pythons. He's also a Patreon member. I fucking love that guy. He was also in the 15 Minutes of Lane competition last year. Anybody else? No, we got nobody else. Yeah, it may be because people are hating on me this week. So I definitely know that all the small time new breeders are definitely hating on me a little bit this week. But what are you gonna do? Listen, I don't mean to be to keep bringing up and sounding like a broken record, but seriously, stop by thefatmannation.com and get a Deeds Not Words t-shirt. All the proceeds, every penny, every dime goes to Camp Freedom in Pennsylvania, where they take disabled vets out of a clinical setting and they actually take them out and do things that they used to do before the disability took place. So they take disabled people hunting and fishing and camping. For dudes like me with one leg, they got wheelchairs with tank treads on them, and they take the guys out hunting, and they could kill a boar or kill a deer or kill an elk, shoot an elk, and let them feel like how they used to before they were doing it. They take guys on hikes. They got like 6,000 acres in Pennsylvania, so it's a really big place, and every dime of every donated T-shirt will go to Camp Freedom in Pennsylvania. So All right. So again, please go buy a shirt, and please join the Patreon if you feel like it. And if you feel like throwing a super chat to your favorite pariah of the week, feel free to throw a super chat. Amanda is here tonight from Drippin Dragons. Okay, and we're gonna bring her on right now. Amanda showed up literally 4 minutes ago. Okay, so we will definitely we have a lot to talk about. What's up, Amanda?
Hi. I need a shirt.
Yeah, you definitely need a shirt. We have tank tops also, and women's V-necks. So we're definitely doing something. Go to fatmannation.com. Listen, give me the elevator pitch on Drippin Dragons, because we don't know each other. Okay.
I know.
Basically, I saw a post by you, said, "Oh man, she's really hot. I'd like to have her on the Sunday show." Right. And then realized all the stuff that you did on top of that. And then I was like, yeah, let's see. But we don't know each other. We're supposed to get together and do a pre-interview last night, and that didn't work because I had a show. So give everybody the elevator pitch on what Drippin Dragons is.
Let's see, the elevator pitch. I would say,
holy shit, Brian Bode gives $100. Thank you, brother.
I don't know what that means, but that's cool. The elevator pitch, I don't know. I'm just like a mom, and then my son wanted a dragon, and then that became, I found like the reptile world through Instagram, and then I found love. Then we moved to Texas. Then I went to our first ever show, which was Herp's Exotic
Reptile Expo,
the Corpus Christi one. And
yes, okay, like, that's Sean Gray.
It was like Disneyland. So I was like, okay, I want to do that. I want to create an expo in our hometown in Dripping Springs, but I have to become a vendor first so I know how it works. And now my whole dream was I want to become a part of the reptile community, and then this is kind of I don't know. I'm just thinking of like really bad music in a elevator, so I'm having trouble like figuring out what my music is playing right now.
Okay, well, all right. Let's unpeel that, unwrap that.
Yeah.
Where were you before Texas?
Santa Cruz, California.
Oh, sure. Okay, very nice.
Yeah.
I did 10 years or 12 years out in California, but more Southern California, and then 2 years in Northern California.
My grandma's she was down there in Santa Clarita, Valencia.
Right. Okay. Very cool. Okay. So what brought you to Texas?
We wanted a better place for the kids to like grow up instead of California. We're like one day we were walking with the kids and the dogs, and we're like, I don't think it's normal to tell our little like 3-year-old like don't watch out for needles, you know. So we're like, let's go to Texas. It's like, I don't think that's normal, but it was becoming normal, and we didn't want that anymore.
Right, that's not a bad call. Yeah, and Texas, I mean, really the polar opposite, right, of California mentality wise. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And was there
hi to you here, so it was like, whoa.
well, they're also a lot more conservative, right? So was there an adjustment period being from California and being kind of like in a liberal stronghold your whole life?
No, I mean, I think the biggest thing was growing up, you knew like if someone was going to say hi or like wave to you, that means like something bad's about to happen. And then coming into this, it took me a whole year to be okay with going like this, driving the car, like, you know?
Right, yeah.
And like telling your whole like spiel at HEB. Like in California, wouldn't do that. So then when you visit California, you're like, oh, hi, my name's blah, blah, blah. They're like, what the hell? I'm like, what are you doing? So that took me a whole year.
Yeah, and did you move it to Drippin Springs right away?
Well, we already had it planned to move to Dripping Springs right away, but we had to wait for the house to be done. So we were in a small apartment with all the kids and animals in Austin. So that was
Okay.
a whirlwind for sure.
So is Drippin Springs right at, I can't even talk. Is Drippin Springs right outside of Austin?
Yeah, it's not too far. It's about like 25, 30 minutes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you bought your son a dragon, bearded dragon.
Yes. For his
Where
birthday.
did you buy? At like a Petco or something? Is that
No,
where you?
no, there was a really cool, I think it was like Reptile Emporium in San Jose. So we went
Okay.
there for his birthday during COVID and he got to pick out one. And we literally traveled with it from like day one, from like San Jose, Santa Cruz we stayed at my grandma's in Santa Clarita. Then from Santa Clarita, we drove all the way to Texas with the lizard and the dogs and the cat and all that. So it was like really bonded with us for sure.
Well, and where was the connection when you said, all right, I'm going to start breeding these things?
I
Because
guess,
like, but basically what I want to know is why bearded dragons and not ball pythons, or not not something else, because ball pythons was definitely the snake pet for a kid the last couple of years.
yeah. My son was never interested in snakes. I had this one named Lester when I was dating my husband now, boyfriend. I said I was terrified of snakes. So for one of our dates, I said I wanted to go buy a snake. So we bought one. But with my son, he was never really interested in snakes. He wanted something more like a cat and a dog. So we went with the bearded dragon route. And as a parent, I think we all know if we're saying yes, that means you're really just buying it for us, because
Right.
eventually the kid's gonna have
Grow
school
out of it.
and
Yeah.
whatever. So I was totally
And
down.
what made you want to breed them?
The breeding, I think, was during COVID. Again, we're just like, all you have is time. So I was trying to do our research. We didn't really know anything when we bought it. So I'm like trying to do the more research. And then I found Instagram. There's like a whole world of like people that are like obsessed with their reptiles. And I was like, this is so cool. And I got to talk to people on Instagram and like message them and ask them like real life questions. Like, was it worth it? Like, what do you think of me doing it and stuff like that? And then I noticed like a lot of people were just breeding for morphs. And
Right.
I really wanted people to experience what I got to experience, which is like the personality, because not all of them have the same personality. So I wanted to breed for like the families, or I was breeding to make sure that they all have like good temperament, if that makes sense.
So, but a bearded dragon naturally has a decent temperament, right? I mean, I never saw a bearded dragon that was trying to bite somebody when they tried to pick it up or anything. But
Yeah.
so what are you doing? Like, what's the improvement on that? Because there are high dollar bearded dragons as far as morphs go now. I mean, hell,
Yeah.
I just saw a red and black one on
Yeah.
Instagram
Cool.
not a week or two ago that was cool, and it made me think like, oh man, these things can be cool,
Yeah.
So on a naturally docile animal, what kind of temperament are you breeding for, and have you found that that's successful?
So I think what like triggered it was when we did go to like Herps and other like Lone Star and stuff expos. I noticed it was all ball pythons and cresties and stuff, but there was no
Right.
bearded dragons except for like one lady who was also very sweet, and I was able to ask her breeding questions, and she luckily was very like okay with telling me some secrets and stuff. So I was like, oh, okay. And then I talked to like the expo people that like run it, and they're like, oh yeah, we definitely need more, bearded dragon people when I got the one. So for me, I kind of hit a really good time to kind of come in, because I guess what I was told was there was a whole like epidemic of I can't remember the name, but there was like a certain disease where all the bearded dragons just died. So everyone that was breeding them, they were just wiped out. So I kind of came at a good time. And then just this last year, I noticed everyone started to realize that, and they all started breeding bearded dragons, even like people that didn't have bearded dragons, like the snake people or crusty people or whatever,
Right.
started breeding them. And I was like, excuse you, what's going on? I mean, I get it,
Is
but
ADV was the disease ADV?
maybe I'm really bad with words and numbers.
Okay.
So maybe.
Because lizard morphs breeds blue tongue skinks, but his wife breeds bearded dragons in Australia. So yeah, that they know a lot about them. I would definitely recommend you get in touch with them if you ever have questions, because they're really good people and they know a hell of a lot about it.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
So also, I really like. There was a time where there was nothing but bearded dragons.
Yes.
Before it was bearded dragons and ball pythons, and then the crested geckos kind of took over the bearded dragons mark. For a little bit, blue tongue skinks took over, but for a very short amount of time. And then I've realized in the last year or so, the bearded dragons have been coming back like a lot. Like I mean, big time. You're seeing Instagram channels dedicated to to bearded dragons now. Are you one of those people who keep the bearded dragons with like? Do you give them a couch and a hammock? And like, or are you just one of those people that keep them what they naturally would deal with?
That's a funny question. So normally they have a clean surface so I can like keep track of their poop and stuff if I'm breeding them. If I'm not breeding them, then they have more of a natural environment with like the 50-50, sand and topsoil. But then I also get rescues. So for instance, Jerry, short for geriatrics, he is the only one that has a couch and like a little lounger and stuff. He's completely blind, deaf, and I have to force feed him. I think he's around like 20 years old or something because of what I've been told from the previous owner and how long he's had it from the other previous owner. So far just one has a couch.
Okay. So, tile and carpet in Central Australia is how they live in captivity. Sand will kill the bearded dragon. Chris, stop triggering me. Okay. Sorry, dude. Fucking fine. Now, you vended bearded, like you obviously were successful breeding bearded dragons, right? So, you vended at these shows. What was the first vending experience like for somebody who's not basically going after the I have to make $5,000 today or I have to make $10,000 today?
Yeah, so the first one I was freaking out. I got there that Friday before the Saturday to like set up. I only went there to basically like see where my table was because I didn't even bring anything with me. But I was like freaking out. I was like, oh my gosh, this is the Disneyland, but I'm like seeing the, after, the behind the scenes Disneyland. So I was like trying to make friends in between and be like, how does it work? Like, what's going to happen? And people were really like kind of like not sure about me, but they were still nice enough to like talk to me. So that was really cool. Like Seth from Huff's Herps, he was probably the first one to like really like bring me in and it was the first ever expo, and he let me come see his new place where he got to put the geckos. So that was really amazing opportunity that he like let me join into, and he told me so much. So the first expo was a huge deal for us for sure, and I'm so grateful to like everyone that I got to meet then, and still am because I still talk to them, so it's really cool.
Well, was it a successful expo in the sales aspect of it?
Sales, I thought it was, yeah, for sure. I'm not trying to make a bunch of money. I'm just trying to like find good homes for each one. Because I just like to see like the kid and the mom and whoever it is, just be like, oh my gosh, like I'm obsessed with this one. Like I walked around and I'm still obsessed with this one. I really want this one. And then we like give them like the care sheet and the little to-go box and everything that we can possibly give them before they leave. And then I still get like pictures and videos a lot from our past clients. So this just makes me happy.
So you're definitely not a breeder that goes after the $4,000 red bearded dragon. Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
And would you like to be though?
No.
No. Or do
I
you have
never wanted to be and never will be. And this last year, since we're in a new year, like I said, everyone's starting to breed them. And I started getting calls for like taking in bearded dragons. So I completely quit bearded dragons. And now I'm focusing solely on Rankins because no one has those and they're a lot healthier and they're a lot harder to find.
Okay. And Rankins, they're similar though, right?
Yeah, they're the mini bearded dragons from Queensland, Australia.
Right.
If anyone from Australia knows a lot about them, please reach out to me because I want to know as much as possible if you guys are from over there, because that would be amazing.
Well, that guy Luke from Lizard Morphs knows a lot about Australian species because he lives there, you know.
That's awesome.
Now at the Rankins dragon.
Yeah.
Luke, yeah. Rankins.
Rains.
Okay. So now are you breeding those?
Yes. I mean, when we say breeding, it's more of like we got like a husband and a wife dragon. I mean, I have like one room in the front of the house is the reptile room. So when I say breeding, it's never, I don't know how to pronounce it. I always say Henry Larsini. I was told that's not how you pronounce it, but Henry Larson's dragons. It's like, I think the guy's a poet, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, Blazing Blue Tongues knows a lot as well.
Reach out to me. I want to talk about them. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, they're a mini bearded dragon.
Oh yeah, actually, I forgot I had one on the couch.
I was gonna say, is that the one that you had before?
There we go.
The one that you just threw on the floor? Okay.
No, that was the beardy. Stop. You're such a butt. Oh my god. I was gonna tell you in the beginning, but you talk so much. But I really like your hat. I think you look really good in the hat. I like how it's like your thing. I love that.
Thank you.
Here's the Rankin dragon.
Well, that's still fairly large, right? I mean, that's.
No. My hands aren't that big. Jeez. Well, that big?
Look, I'm not saying that you have man hands, but I'm just saying that the dragon looks fairly large. Okay, like it.
Is that better?
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's a better comparison. Okay. All right. So that's a bearded dragon on the tile, right?
The tile?
On the black thing.
Oh. This is a bearded dragon. Yeah, this is Garmadon. She's our last OG. She's a red leatherback. And then this is Chrissy. She's the mom to all our babies. This is the Rankins or Henry Larson. Which one? This one or this one?
The right one. The red one. The red one. Okay. All right. So are you, first of all, what's the difference in behavior and personality of the two?
I would say the Rankins has like the short man syndrome, where like if they were a person, they'd definitely be like in the lifted truck. Right. So they're always by the door, just like watching you, like, are you coming to get me out? What's going on? Beardies are lazier, so they'll be like a little bit farther back in their cage, just be like, feed me, mom. But these guys are more like, hey, I see you, come get me, feed me, what's going on, what's happening?
Okay, and is that one full size, full grown?
Yeah, these are both full grown.
Full grown. Okay.
This one will definitely eat this one.
Fucking fuck you, short man syndrome. You don't know me. Luke is only 5'2", so yeah. So
I'm 5'4".
He has that syndrome. Okay.
Oh, he's like a Rankin.
What's the difference in sales of them though? I mean, are you noticing a difference in sales? Like you're obviously not the girl with 50 bearded dragons breeding 30 of them, and okay.
No,
so
I when I go to an expo, I try to like set up really nice and clean and like greenery and like the lights, and I try to make sure I can give away as much as I can without going broke when I like give them to the people. But the people that buy Rankins, they're not like, I feel like they don't buy them for breeding like bearded dragons. They like know how special they are. They're hard to find. And like you're not gonna find one for like super cheap. Like they're really popular in the UK, but like they're getting a lot more popular here now.
I was gonna ask, what's the difference in cost?
Well, that's kind of, there's not that many of us, but I would say the average is like 400.
Okay, and then a good bearded dragon would be how much?
Right now with sales, I would say like 250.
Okay.
Beardy, right. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't even like to price beardies high because I've been in so many situations with rescues that they're just, they've been bred out so much that there's always some sort of problem with them. And I feel bad. It's kind of like, I just know there's going to be vet bills is basically what I'm thinking. Like, oh, I don't want them to like have to pay for vet bills later.
Well, that's the whole thing is like normally when rescues get a bearded dragon, it has 3 legs. It's blind. It's deaf. It's, it's, there's obvious vet bills with a, with an animal like that. Oh, you're just like, fuck them. I'm going to leave. Right.
Look, okay, cool. They're still here. The door's closed. It's okay.
Do you have one running around?
No.
Oh, because you could get him if he's running around. I was only fucking with you. Yeah.
Oh, he's under the bed. Got her. Luckily, the room's carpet. All right, back.
Okay. You're a little nervous, huh?
A lot of nervous.
So now, how many Henry Lawsons do you have?
We got Chrissy and Hopper. That's the main parents, and then Ziggy was given to me as a gift after I lost one of my special needs beardy dragons, and then we got like 2 more that's gonna be like to breed later, and then we got 7 babies left.
Okay. And obviously you're going to hold back some and you're going to sell some, right?
Yes, some are already sold. But I haven't like given them to them yet because I'm just waiting for like to make sure they're 100% perfect.
All right. Is there a difference in diet and how you keep them?
Yeah, they're kind of like, how with bearded dragons,
bring back up Mike's comment again. I just want to bring up a point. It probably took Mike 25 minutes to type Henrietta on his Braille keyboard because Mike is like Daredevil. Like Mike is blind, right?
Really?
So he has to feel. Oh yeah, he's fine. Well, I don't know how blind he is, but I know he's blind enough that he probably is using text to speech or doing one of these other things. But Mike also deals with big constrictors, so he can't be that blind, right? But yeah, let's get back to the diet and how you keep them.
So they're with the bearded dragons, you start with a lot of like protein, and then you kind of, go more with the veggies later in life. But with the Rankin, since they're always small, they still need that protein. So you're never gonna go like that high percentage of veggies. Like you're still gonna have that 11 to 12 blind. That's pretty blind.
Yeah. No, just so you know, they normally you would type that as 1.5. That saves you a few keystrokes. So, yeah, that's a good question, Brian. But like, how blind do you need to be called blind? Right? It's not a bad question. So, and they're both from Australia, right?
Yes, you find
So
these
they're
guys
both
in Queensland.
okay. All right. And you're done with the bearded dragon sales right now.
Yeah, so if I'm selling a bearded dragon right now, it's because it's a rescue. So I have 3 left.
Okay. How many dragons do you have in your house right now total?
I think 5.
Oh, that's not. Yeah, that's.
This last year has been really horrible for us. So I lost a lot of good ones. Like the ones that creatures, the one that I was telling you about from my son, and we lost her in surgery while she was getting spayed. And then we lost her husband, Blitz. So
her husband.
they get married.
All righty. Okay. All right. You're definitely one of those. Okay. All
I
right.
am one of them.
So now, do you have a day gig, like a day job?
Funny enough, I just got one that starts tomorrow morning at like 8:15. But then I also have dog sitting before that, so I have to be like out of the house at 7.
Okay.
But I still gosh, my phone's going off like crazy. I still like pet sit the old ones that I've given away. Like right now I'm Reptiles sitting 2 Rankins that someone owns that bought off me like 3 years ago. So like they're back now for like the whole week. So I still get to like pet sit them. Sorry, I'm trying to read and talk. But yeah, I guess this will be my first full-time job ever, so we'll see how long that lasts because I'm pretty terrified.
Your first ever?
Yeah, I think normally it's part-time. I mean, I have 4 kids. Well, I have 3 kids, but I gave birth 4 times. The 4th one I was a surrogate for, so I've been like a stay-at-home mom / side jobs.
What was surrogate a side job?
No, surrogate was
I'm only fucking with you. You don't gotta seriously answer.
3. But it was a job that I found on the internet that I was like, checked all the boxes off. So I was like, my husband didn't even think it was real. Every time I say, he's like, that's a scam. I'm like, bro, I'm pregnant now, so it's not a scam.
Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm gonna go down the rabbit hole. What's the job? What's the job that you got?
Oh, the new one I got is an infant teacher. So it's really cool. It's the prep. So it's like a very fancy private school for little ones.
Okay. All right. Man, you like kids, huh?
I love kids. I love animals. Yeah. I love everyone as much as I can.
The kids are just the worst. I used to be very kid friendly. I used to pat them on the head when they came over and said hello. And now I'm just like, get that thing the fuck away from me because
I'm the same way about my own kids. Like they're like, can I take a midnight walk? And I'm like, just don't get kidnapped. You know?
Well, okay, so you did all this, you vended, at this point in your life, you vended. Then you decided to throw your own show.
Yeah, so originally I wanted to just, I saw the expo. I wanted an expo. Gosh, it sounds like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with that one girl. But I knew I couldn't just like be a random person throwing a show. So I knew I needed to like figure out like what's behind the scenes, what does it take, how hard is it, all that kind of stuff. So that's when I decided, okay, I'm going to become a vendor, and which was amazing. I loved doing it, and I loved learning everything. And all the people that helped me have been amazing without them even knowing that they helped me, but they did. So once I learned, I think it was, I don't know, I just kind of hit the ground running with all the expos, like expo after expo after expo. And then
Was Sean and Lori two of the people that helped you?
Yeah, I love them.
Yeah. They're
sweet.
great people. Yeah, I
We
love
really
them.
are. Yeah, they're just a big family, and I love that about them.
Yeah, they actually sponsor the main show, and I've been
I
down
saw
to
that. That's amazing. Good job.
yeah, I've been down to Conroe and a couple other ones, and Conroe is fucking hot, man. It's like I've never been that hot in my life at 10 o'clock at night, right? Like at 10 o'clock. Yeah, I'm talking about heat. I'm talking about you know the disgusting Texas weather. That's one of the reasons why I'm not going to move there, because it's like everybody in Texas is sticky all the time. And it's not the good sticky. It's like the worst kind of sticky. It's like fucking, it's like the sticky where all the guys want to hug you, right? And then I'm wearing this stupid hat, so I'm 8 degrees hotter than everybody else. So I'm dying at 10 o'clock at night. And the Texas people don't care. The Texas people are eating barbecued meat at 10 o'clock at night. They don't care, right? And I had to tap out and go back to the hotel. And that was at a Conroe show, but I was bummed out because I missed the 10th anniversary show this year. But Sean and Lori are great people. Okay, so you throw the show, and obviously you looked at the show and you were like, I could do this show as good or better, right?
No.
Like in your head, weren't you thinking, I mean, what's the point in putting on just another reptile show if you didn't think you could do it different?
I mean, I think I could do it different. I think that's a little bit different saying that I could do it better. Okay. I would never think I could do it.
I didn't mean to promote competition. Okay. I've been getting in trouble a lot this week for that. So what about your show is different than, let's say, a Herp show or a Lone Star show down there in Texas?
One, it's more local. So I'm not trying to reach the world like everyone else is. I'm trying to just like bring, the moms that go to the grocery store and the dads that, go to work, and instead of getting a cat and a dog, like, let's have the kids at school be like, oh, what kind of pet do you have? I have a porcupine, let's not say, oh, I got a labradoodle. Was it getting boring?
Right.
But I think ours is clean, and we're trying to just make it just really vibrant, and like, come on in and like look at all this cool stuff, talk to them. I let everyone, all the vendors know, like, you gotta make sure you're kid friendly. Like, I'm not gonna have any a-holes, just be like, I don't like kids, I'm not gonna answer their questions.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. So I'd never be invited to one of your shows. But okay. All right.
Maybe I'll just have you come, roll around next to me, and I'll just be like, hey, this guy, just hug him, everybody, just force hugs on him.
Oh, that would be gross. Yeah. I don't want that either. Yeah. Here's the problem. I came back from a big reptile show in Georgia a couple of weeks ago. And the last year or so, I've basically locked myself up in my house, right? So I got exposed to nobody, right? And then I go to Georgia, and all the filthy reptile people are hugging me and everything. I forgot how dirty they were, right? And then I come home, and I'm sick as shit, okay? From not being exposed to these dirty reptile people for, a year or two. So it is just people hugging me would be a nightmare. Okay. Just so you know. Like I would take the hot chicks hugging me, but in Texas, all the overweight dudes want to hug me, and I'm not a big fan of that. Okay, because
Okay.
they're sweaty, and then they hug me and they leave their sweat on me, and that's not cool, man. All right, where I come from, that's just not cool. All right, so um. So let's talk more about your show and not about
Wait, I
my.
just want to say I'm really sorry for saying roll around. I didn't know what to say. I'm so sorry.
Well, no, that's what I'm doing. See, I roll.
I know, but I think I don't want to get in trouble if that was like incorrect. I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're handy shaming me. All right.
I don't. Well, they're like going off, so I just want to make sure that I wasn't trying to like.
Yeah, no, that's you know.
I'm not trying to be mean. I promise.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
I love you, by the way. You're a really sweet guy. You don't sound sweet when I watch your videos, but like, and the messages that you send me, they're very nice. So I just want to say.
Well, it's just because you're nervous, right? And I'm telling you, you're doing the podcast with a moron.
I don't think you're a moron, though. You can say you're a moron. I think you're very intelligent.
Yeah, no, thank you. I think we're gonna clip that part. Okay, just so you know. Okay, and we're gonna make sure that that's an Instagram reel. Okay. See, that's still coughing from the dirty reptile people. Okay, that's still 3 weeks later a cough from filthy reptile people. So now, at the end of the day, what do you want to grow your show to be?
Well, the first show, the goal was to pay my husband back, and that worked. So
Did
that
he
went
front
well.
the money to do the show?
Yes.
Okay.
I like to call it fake money. That went well. So that was good. So this time we're going to go above that. And I'm also renting out the other part. So I purposely only had a very small amount of vendors because I wanted to make sure everyone made money, and everyone was being able to be seen. We're also very interactive we're doing these little wooden coins where each coin has the vendor's logo. And so when anyone comes up to their table, they can, if they want one, they have to do a task like take a picture and hashtag our thing or hold a bug, and then they get the coin. So last year we had them exchange the coins for prizes, but the kids liked the coins so much they actually wanted to keep them instead. So this year we're gonna have them be able to just what's the word called? Keep them. What's it? Oh man. Well, we'll just put like 2025. So the next year it's like 2026. But I was thinking of like giving them a little book so they can put the coins in.
So
but anyway,
little collector's items kind of things.
Yeah, collector's items. Okay. So we're gonna add some more vendors this year for sure. Because there was still some space in between. I just wanted to make sure everyone was happy. That was the goal, was to make sure all the vendors were happy. Because like I said, I was a vendor first, so I could feel the pain. And I know like the last couple of expos we were at, like all of us together, we were not doing very well. We spent more money on gas and hotel than we did making money off the reptiles. So that I just felt really bad. This year is going to be different. And I think it's going to be just 10 times better than the last one. And the last one definitely went above and beyond what I thought. I was scared I was going to my husband was going to divorce me. That was like, that was just like, but it didn't happen. So
who were the ball python breeders at your show?
Who were the ball python people? I don't know if you remember this, but I did say I suck at like names and words, so I'm blanking right now. I can go on my phone though.
Okay. No, it's all right. Okay.
There was some good ones. I made sure there was, like Reptilian Nation. They make sure there's only like 2 or 3 max of the same reptile breeders. So I was going with the same thing, where it's like a certain amount. So when you fill it out, it tells me what you're vending, so I can make sure that we don't have like hundreds of ball pythons and hundreds of bearded dragons. So
is Reptilian Nation still down there? I know they had some problems. Okay. All right.
Yeah, they have one coming up, I think, next month. Yeah.
When's your next show?
I will be going next weekend to Dallas, just like to say hi to people. But like I said, last year was hell for me. I lost a lot of special ones and come to the realization of what's important with what I'm trying to get across. So besides breeding, I also do like birthday parties and senior centers with the animals. So I'm kind of leaning away from breeding unless it's the Rankins, which is more like a boutique thing, not like a big breeding thing. And just kind of making people happy and experience how reptiles are as cool or even cooler than dogs and cats.
Okay, but
But
you
I will
didn't
be at
answer.
the, I was going to ask you, are you going to be at the Dallas one next weekend?
No, I'm in New York. Yeah, I'm not.
I don't know if
I
we can meet finally.
I go. I might be at Tinley October, and I'll definitely be in Canada.
Where is Tinley? I looked it up and it said Illinois. Is it
Yeah, it's in Chicago. It's not really in Chicago. It's just outside of Chicago.
Wow, people really travel.
And I may go down to another Herps Conroe.
Oh, okay.
This year. But that's really it. You know, like when I go to shows, it's an expense, right? Because it just is. I'm not selling anything, so it's a loss no matter what. The ball python people, I tell them at least you have a chance of getting money back, so you could drive 15 hours or fly, you know, whatever. But you know, with me going, it's just it's basically like a vacation that I have to pay for, right? So I tend not to go to, you know, most of the local shows around the country, but I will go to national shows. I will go to Canada again this year because they're crazy up there for reptiles.
Wow.
The vibe at a Canadian show is so different than an American show, you know. So it's like literally everybody's happy to be there. Nobody's on their phones behind the tables, just you know, bullshitting and talking. And everybody just cares about showing off their stuff, you know, because the CRBE is only once or twice a year, so they only have 2 times to show people, you know, what they've been working on in person, you know.
I think that's better, to be honest. I don't know if you've noticed, but I know because when I was trying to get a date for my expo, there's an expo every
weekend in Texas.
And I'm
yeah,
like,
in Texas. Yeah.
I can't get like one without pissing someone off. So the one that I have right now, which is September 6th and 7th, I finally was able to not have one that's like 30 minutes away from me, but it did land on a new show that NARBC did post after the fact that I mean, they obviously don't know what I'm doing, but I was like, oh, great.
Well, NARBC moved from Arlington to Dallas now, right? And have you gone to the Dallas one?
Yeah, we vended their very first one at the new place. That was pretty unfortunate because I was like, Seth from Huff's, I mean, he warned me, but you know, when it comes to new places, it's just not the same as what they were doing before. So I understand what happened, but so we didn't do good. But on the other hand, I did get to meet Dave Kaufman.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't like me.
Is it because you have a podcast?
It's because I made fun of his ball python movie. And because to me it didn't seem like a movie, it just seemed like a 2-hour blog, right? So so I just said it, but I did tell everybody to go watch it. But yeah, he doesn't like me now. And whenever I go to a show, I gotta take JT from Reptichip with me to follow me behind me, because just in case Dave Kaufman comes by and hits me with a chair, because Dave Kaufman is 9 feet tall.
He is tall. He's very tall. Yeah, he did. Because of Seth from Huff Service, he came up to my table and he did like a little interview section thing, which was really sweet. So So yeah, he's a cool guy. He's nice, but he's very tall. Yeah.
Yeah. Smokes a lot, right? But yeah, from what I understand, Dallas compared to Arlington is not an improvement right now, okay, currently, because Arlington was great, because they didn't have the big retic rule, they didn't have any kind of regulation rules on it. But in Dallas, you can't have any snakes over 6 feet or whatever, so a lot of vendors couldn't even do it. And it's unfortunate because in Arlington, when my leg did get chopped off, the USARK auction, they did a lot for me. They did an auction for me for losing the leg to help for the prosthetic and PT and all that other stuff. So I would have liked to been able to walk into Arlington, right? But now it's in Dallas, and I'm like, oh, I heard that's a shitty show. I don't want to I don't want to necessarily pay for a trip to Dallas just to to go to a crappy show. So that's why I'm doing Tinley.
So when did your leg get chopped off?
2023.
Oh, it wasn't that long ago. I was thinking like years and years ago.
Oh no, I was walking into reptile shows up until 2023. So yeah, so they did a lot for me. So I would have liked to walk into there, but I'll walk into Tinley instead, because they also did an auction for me. So
that's really awesome.
So,
they did that. So
yeah,
can I see your leg?
Do you want to see my leg?
Is that okay? Is that
like see my stump?
Yeah.
No. No.
Is it your right or your left?
It's my left leg. Okay.
Do you get that? Do you feel your leg?
Yes. Yeah, the phantom pain. Yeah. And phantom sensation. Yeah, I absolutely do that. Sometimes but the thing that sucks about phantom pain is, and we're making it more about me now than you, so I don't know why we're doing this, but it hurts sometimes it hurts so bad, and there's nothing you can really do about it, because you can't take anything because it's not there, So yeah, backstage I'll show you the nub. Matter of fact, when I first got it chopped off, we had a hashtag running that was rub the nub. Okay. So yeah, actually Brian Bode did get to rub the nub. Yeah, he did.
Did you get good luck?
Yeah, very few people have gotten to rub the nub, so but yeah, but so anyway, Jesus Christ. I forgot to tell you, most of my audience is perverted as hell. So, you may, you can't be a snowflake on this show. Okay. Yeah, I know. Kevin got to rub it also. Okay, just so you know. What's funny?
One time.
What's funny is now that I'm thinking about it, more dudes have rubbed it than chicks. So, yeah, that's. God.
Oh my gosh.
That's unfortunate. Now I feel even worse about myself. Okay. Oh my God. So
well, if I see you in person, I'll rub it and you can make the girl count higher.
Okay, good deal. All right.
I'm gonna cross my fingers. Good luck.
Yeah. And it's now, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Well, anyway, that's because I'm gay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So back to Amanda. So the 5-year goal for the show, like, did you make money from the show?
Maybe like 1,000.
Like $1,000? Okay.
I bought like a shed for the tortoises outside. That was about it.
Oh, okay. All right. Most people would be like, I made 1,000. That's not good. You could probably do a lot more than that.
No, I know, but like I said, I want to make sure everyone was good. So like some people like the tables, I started with a price and then I purposely kind of vanished the price and made it like either half or like no, or I just wanted to make sure they had confidence in me. So if that meant me like taking away some numbers so that they're like willing to like do the drive out to Dripping Springs, and I was okay with that.
Right. Okay. Oh, so it's actually in your town.
Yes. It's like 5 minutes from my house.
Oh, okay. All right. That's super convenient. Okay.
Very convenient.
Yeah, that's not bad.
But the hotels are not convenient because we live in the wedding capital, so I do feel bad for anyone that has to rent a hotel, so that does suck.
Well, you're outside of Austin, right? So you're in Elon territory now. I mean, it's probably, how long have you been in Texas?
4 years.
4 years? Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I did see a Tesla thing where the old HEB in near the apartments we were at is, yeah, it used to be an old HEB and now it is a Tesla place. I'm not sure what it is, but
like a charging station?
Maybe.
Yeah. You're like, I don't give a fuck, right? Okay. All right. You're like, oh, all right. So now how could people get in touch with you? Because you also do appearances, right? Like with the animals.
Yes.
Like you said, at senior places and schools and all that. How can people get in touch with you? What's the best way?
We call them party crashers because we like to crash your parties with our animals. But we got TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and the website, and that's just all the same. Drippin Dragons, and just add whatever to it.
And there's no G in.
No, I got the idea from a donut shop 2 minutes away from the house.
Well, yeah, but I thought you got the idea from Drippin Springs.
Yeah, the donut shop's Drippin Donuts.
Drippin Donuts.
So
it just sounds like your town is like a sex town. All right. It's like everything's dripping. All right. So it's like, yeah, it's just, I mean, Jesus Christ. I know your kids are watching, but still, that seems like a pretty cool place to live. That's all I'm saying. All right.
It is. It's a lot of moms.
A lot of moms.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna see like 20 people in the chat. Like, I'm moving there. All right. All right. So Drippin' Dragons on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and everything else, right?
Yep. Yeah.
And ending question. Name one thing you like about being in the reptile hobby and one thing you hate about being in the reptile hobby.
I like meeting all the people because no matter what, you have an understanding of what you all like because you're in the same room, and so you can have like deep conversations about something you really, really love. The thing I hate is when there's some like chatter behind the scenes and people who just buy just for fun. And then like, I mean, there's so many times I'm at an expo and Sean's like on the intercom. He's like, how many times do I gotta say, like, don't leave your reptile in the car that you just purchased and then expect to bring it in for a return because it's now dead. I'm thinking, like, what the hell is going on? Like, seriously?
Yeah.
Like, there's some, yeah. And those people are normally not the reptile people. They're just like people that bought reptiles.
Right. They're the ones that treat the animals disposable right off the bat, So it's like when, I don't know how old you are, but when we were kids, they used to have like fairs coming to the town and you would win like disposable turtles. You'd win like a disposable turtle, and that turtle you would take it home and it would die a week later, no matter what. So that's the way it's a lot. But I will say that I love Sean's announcements over the intercom, because he's one time he was like, if you have an unattended child that's running wild, I will kick your child. Right. And and he got in trouble for that one. So but anyway, Amanda, thank you so much for doing this with us. I appreciate it. Is this your first podcast?
It is. Well, I mean, there was one that was like local that I like went to. I don't know if that counts, but
no, if you weren't on it,
I mean, I was on it. I don't know if there was a video or if it was just voice though, but I was there.
Oh, there you go. Look, this is Morforge, okay? And they're generally nice people, all right? But they just said, is it just me? Drippin' Dragons kind of sounds like something you picked up on a rest and relaxation weekend overseas. Takes months to get rid of.
Like crabs? Is that like?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's fantastic. That's good. Now that's going to be like circulating in my head like every time someone says Drippin' Dragons.
Jesus Christ, I would have not expected that from Morforge, okay? I'll be totally honest. But anyway, Amanda, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Hang out backstage for like 5 minutes.
Yes.
And I'll be right back, okay?
I'll be waiting for you.
All right, thank you. All right, bye. All right, she was cool. How fucking awesome is that, right? You have somebody in the hobby that doesn't give a fuck about making money for once. And it's kind of interesting that anybody could even relate to that, because most of my audience is constantly doing anything they can to make a dollar. So that was interesting. So thank you for doing that. Guys, remember, join the Patreon. The season 2 of Storytellers is out, and it's killing it. Okay, it's just fucking killing it. We're getting a ton of good reception on that. Also, don't forget to go to fatmannation.com, pick up an Operation Deeds Not Words shirt. We'll be in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania in 2 weeks at the Gettysburg show, selling the shirts. Me, Jay from Green Line, and Charlie from Reagan Renee Reptiles. Shauna is actually coming up for that show. So I know everybody loves meeting Shauna, so we could we could hang out and do fun stuff. We're actually staying for 2 days in Gettysburg with Paul from Large March Morphs. So definitely come down to Gettysburg if you're in the area. See people like Lady Tiz, Sammy Vargas is vending. I believe he's vending with Jay, and we will be right next to them. Grab your balls. Chris Sorrentino is going to be there. So everybody just come hang out with us. Take a bunch of pictures, buy a bunch of shirts, take a bunch of pictures in the shirts, and we'll tag everybody. If you show up in one of the Deeds Not Words shirts, you will get a special little gift. So anyway, guys, thank you for sticking with me after kind of a shitty week. Oh yeah, listen, man, good thing fucking Sean is here. Fucking I'm gonna be a part of Epic, which is basically an online conference for reptile keepers that goes everything from a macro level of keeping to a micro level of management, and vice versa. We're going to have people from Chewy there. We're going to have people from Pangea and Josh's Frogs. I'm just going to let Craig tell you about it.
It's called Epic, the Exotic Pet Industry Conference, and it's free to register at epic.live. Epic is over 20 special guests across 16 sessions covering industry trends, marketing, branding, podcasting, and YouTube. Epic is for pet keepers and breeders. It's for gecko and invert lovers. It's for snake and spider lovers. Epic is for anyone who enjoys these amazing animals. Did I mention it's free? Register now at epic.live.
That's my boy Craig. Craig was on our show last night with Brian Rivera, Shane Kelly, Dave Hensler, and Darian from Morph Market came on. So got to give the guy props for having the balls to come on the show that 4 guys were totally tearing apart his company. So got a little respect from for Darian there. Anyway, thank you guys for hanging out. We'll see you next week, I think. I don't know if I'm going to see you before Gettysburg, but we'll probably have a open Zoom call for reptile keepers. We're also trying to do a celebrity Zoom call this month for the Patreon people. So just follow me on all the social crap like Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, and you'll know where we're going to be. All right, guys, we're out. Take it easy.